So now I'm going to show you guys how to upload a video on YouTube fairly quickly, with the exception of course, your internet connection. But I'm going to click here where it says create a video and more, close to the top right corner next to the waffle. And then I'm going to click upload a video. Give it a moment to load and think about it. And then it says drag and drop a file I want to upload. Your video will be private until you publish it. So I'm going to go to my files and I'm going to click and drag the video that I want to upload to this area. And then you'll see this arrow kind of starts taking off. Then we got to give it a second. And then it wants us to make a title. So it's automatically going to import the title of the video. So if you already have the video titled on your in your files, it'll automatically import that title. I'm going to change this to how to verify YouTube account. And then you can have an optional description here. I'm not going to fill in a description at this time. At the bottom down here, you see where it says processed, and it has a percentage. So that's how close it is to being fully processed. Here we'll have us once it's done processing and it's had a few seconds to load, it'll give you the option to select a thumbnail from your video. This tool right here is being able to put it in your playlist. So yeah, here is a thumbnail. So I'm just gonna pick that one. Sure, why not? And then here it gives you the option to drop it into a playlist. I like using playlists. I think it makes my content easier from a viewer's perspective and from my own. So I'm just going to drop down, and you see I have all these different playlists, and I'm just going to make a new one. And I'm going to title this playlist Teaching Tools. Now I'm going to click create, and now I've made this new playlist. So you can create the playlist from within this feature if you don't already have playlists created. Now I'm just going to check that I want it to go to this playlist. I could post it to go to several of them. So for example, if I was teaching the same lesson to my Algebra 1 and my Algebra B, I could just check and send it to both of them. I'll click done to show which playlist I selected. I read into this a little bit, like this video made for kids. For our purposes, these videos are not really made for kids. This would be more like if our audience were like a lot younger audience, which for us it's more educational rather than whether or not it was for small children. Age restriction would be requiring them to be 18 or older. Down here, I highly recommend going into more options and selecting and changing some of these. So like I don't have a paid promotion. I could add tags. So for example, if you know you were uploading a video that had to do with tornadoes and you wanted to make it easier for somebody to find it, you could just type tornadoes here and then put a comma after that if you wanted to put additional tags. For subtitles, I typically put that the language is in English, just so that way subtitles could be enabled. And then for me, none of this content has aired on television. Most of our lessons will have these settings. I'm going to put the date that was recorded. You don't have to put this information, but I know if we're posting like our lessons and things, it might be helpful to put the date. I'm going to keep kind of scrolling down, and all of mine are automatically set to be in the category of education. So I would just kind of maybe drop that down and change it. Here's the big one. Allow all comments. I go in and change this every time to hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. You could also change it to hold all comments for review. And then it has show how many viewers like and dislike this video. It's up to you guys. I typically don't have that clicked just in case a bunch of my students go out and decide they want to dislike my video over and over again, and then it just kind of looks bad and kind of takes away from the fun of having your video out. So down here I can see that it's finished processing. I've gone through and going to kind of look over my settings one more time. And I'm going to go to next. This allows you to add some other kind of fun things if you had promotions or other content you wanted to plug at the end, which I don't, so I'm just going to click next. Visibility. So kind of going through these things. So public means anybody could see it if they have the link or if they search it. Unlisted means they have to have the link, and they have to use that link every single time to go out and watch the video. And then private, you can make it to where only certain people can see your video. I am making all my videos public. Again, they don't have any student content in them. In fact, I don't think there's even student voices in any of mine right now. So I'm just going to leave mine public so that way my students can just go to my channel and see what these videos are. You can also schedule it, so if you're recording content in advance, you can schedule it to post at a different date. And then once I've kind of made sure I've had all those settings, I'm just going to click publish. And now my video is published. So if I wanted to, I could share it to any of these sites. There's lots of different options here. I always go through, and right here I just click copy the video link. And so then if I go to Classroom, I have a lot of classes, so it sometimes takes a while to load. So if I go to my Google Classroom and I click share something with my class right here, I can click add and specifically YouTube. And then I'm going to go by URL and then paste that link. The nice thing is now this video is actually going to be able to play from within Google Classroom, so they don't have another tab that opens or anything else they have to keep up with. And then I'm just going to click example video. I'm going to kind of describe my video here. So example video on how to verify YouTube account. And then click post. And so now students or anybody else in this classroom can click on this and play that video from straight within that browser page. Again, without having to open another tab and without having to do any additional clicking around or anything. So, hope you guys found this useful.